What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners video for today's 5-game MLB main slate, courtesy of Osmo.com. It was a short slate and also an early start today at 6:40 East Coast time, so make sure to note that when you're building your lineups today. And also give me some support, like this video, leave a comment down below, give me your pick for which two teammates are going to hit a home run today. We love when teammates stack up together well. We love when they support each other, so when they hit a home run today and you're right, you'll get all the credit in the world. So right now, like the video and comment your two teammates who are going to hit a home run today down below. First corner I'm going to hit on are the top pitchers on today's slate, and Luis Castillo going against the Cubs is going to be the number one owned guy industry-wide. He gets 3.9 implied runs against him, and he's going to be the number one on DK with 44% and number one on FanDuel with 32%, where he won't be available on the Yahoo main slate because they are starting a little bit later today on Yahoo. Castillo's stuff has been elite this year with 11.2 Ks per 9 and a 15.7% swinging strike rate, but the Cubs lineup has been decent versus right-hand pitching on the year with a 351 on base percentage and a 114 WRC+. The park factors are going to favor the hitters in Cincinnati, so it does make the Cubs a bit of an interesting leverage stack here, but Castillo's been so good on the year, I will probably match the field on his ownership, but I do think on a slate of this size, it probably does make sense to have a couple of Cubs stacks in there in hopes that maybe he does go south, and then you're getting ahead of the field there with a lot of leverage. Eric Lauer is also going to be popular today going against Pittsburgh because he has 3.5 implied runs against him, which is the lowest on today's slate, and he'll also be the number one owned guy on Yahoo today. He's going against the Pittsburgh squad with a hideous .091 ISO, 64 WRC+, and a 28.2% K rate versus left-hand pitching. Lauer's stuff is as mediocre as it gets, but at a low price in a pitcher-friendly park versus a team with no hitters above a 181 ISO versus left-hand pitching, the spot's about as good as it can get for Eric Lauer. Again, he's not an impressive guy. He's not a guy with great strikeout stuff. He's really not a great fantasy pitcher. I'm really selling him well, but he is a guy who's at a reasonable price, and he is in a good spot here with the Vegas total does support him versus a team that doesn't seem like it poses a lot of danger, so I don't mind going to Lauer today, and I'll probably have a lot of them. And Marcus Stroman at the White Sox will be a popular option today, even though he has 4.5 implied runs against him. Stroman has a 3.8 xFIP and a 1.4% home run rate, which show an improved ability this year to limit damage. Stroman is going to be the number two on pitcher industry-wide, but the Vegas total and a low strikeout upside here wouldn't offer a ton of appeal if this weren't such a short slate. I don't think I'm going to get to as much Stroman. I'd rather go to Lauer personally. Stroman has a little bit better stuff, but Lauer's in a better spot. So pick your poison between the two. If you are going to go with them, they are going to save you some money, help you get some higher-priced hitters, hopefully get you a higher-priced pitcher in there if you want to go Castillo's way. But again, Stroman not a dude I'm dying to get to, and I would prefer Lauer. The next corner I want to hit on are the top stacks on today's slate, and a Toronto stack going against Dylan Covey will be one of the ones that come up a lot today in optimizers. They get 5 implied runs, and they're going to be well owned today given that Covey's got massive struggles with a slate worst 1.88 whip and a 7.1% swing strike rate. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is starting to hit home runs, and that should help everyone with him, Justin Smoke, Rowdy Tellez, and Randall Grichuk, all over a 4.3% home run rate versus right-hand pitching. It's a good spot for these Blue Jays. They always tend to disappoint as chalk, so I get if you don't want to go there, but I think they're starting to round into form. I think the hitters are doing their job. I think Vlad being good is going to help out a lot of these guys. So it's a spot here I don't mind going to Blue Jays, and again, I'm getting them a ton today with our projections at Osmo.com. A Cincinnati stack versus Jose Quintana is also an option which should be popular today with 4.6 implied runs in their favor. And they are one of the higher owned stacks on the day with positive hitting park factors and also a 199 ISO versus left-hand pitching. Jose Quintana's been solid on the year with a 3.39 xFIP, but 39.8% hard contact could offer some value to Cincinnati. Nick Senzel in particular is substantially better versus left-hand pitching with a 357 batting average and a 225 WRC plus on very limited sample size. I don't think Quintana's a bad pitcher, and the results have been there for him this year, but the park factors favoring Cincinnati, decent Vegas total, I get why you want to stack them there, but I would probably more inclined for mini stacks personally. And an Atlanta stack versus Adam Wainwright should also be popular today with 5.1 implied runs on their favor, which is the highest on today's slate. Wainwright's been even worse this year with an already low 8% swinging strike rate and 24.8% chase rate down to a not so nice 6.9% and 21.8% respectively. The lefties for Atlanta are in a better spot with Wainwright's 1.75 whip and 10.5 hits per 9 allowed compared to a 1.02 whip and 7.2 hits per 9 allowed versus righties. But still spot here, you go with a bunch of different Braves. I don't mind it. Wainwright does not have the stuff. He might not have the stuff anymore. He might be on the downslope of everything for his career. So I think it's a decent spot to go to Atlanta. The weather's heating up there. The Vegas total supports them. It's a good situation all around. The next corner I want to hit on are some of the lower owned options on today's slate. And a Minnesota stack going against Eric Swanson is one that I like quite a bit. They get 4.7 implied runs in their favor. The Minnesota lineup has mashed right-hand pitching with a 236 ISO versus right-hand pitching this year, while Swanson's been allowing a 5.6% home run rate. The Seattle park factors are not a positive one, but everyone in the lineup besides Jorge Polanco and Marwin Gonzalez are above league average in home run rate versus right-hand pitching. This Twins lineup continues to go underappreciated, and there is a reason why. I said they would be this one team I think is juicing if I had to choose anybody out of the league. So they're doing a lot of stuff this year. They're looking great all around. I think it's a good spot here, even though, again, Seattle, not the best hitting situation, but a good spot here versus Eric Swanson. Now, on the other side of the same game, a Seattle stack versus Michael Pineda also appeals to me with 4.8 implied runs for them. Pineda can miss bats with an 11.7% swing strike rate and a 33.5% chase rate, but the results have not been there with 11 hits per 9 allowed, as well as a 5.7% home run rate. There's lots of home run power for everybody in Seattle's projected lineup versus right-hand pitching. Besides D. Gordon and J.P. Crawford, those guys don't have quite as much pop, but cumulatively, there is a 202 ISO and a 258 batting average, which are towards the top of today's slate. I'll talk about one guy I like a lot in the Seattle lineup, but overall, there's a lot of guys here who can do danger, and the spot here is about as good as anybody's going to have today on today's slate. Trevor Williams at San Diego is going to have some ownership, but he's a little bit less owned than some of the other guys out there, and he gets 4 implied runs going against him. Williams isn't a strikeout guy with 6.6 Ks per 9, but San Diego's 27.3% K rate versus right-hand pitching can help him out. Williams limits home runs well with a 1.4% rate, so he's playable to me, but it's also a spot where some leverage with guys like Franmil Reyes and Hunter Renfroe, who have a 6.7% and 7% home run rate versus right-hand pitching respectively, can add some value. I don't mind going with Padres leverage, especially if Williams picks up ownership throughout the day. I would still prefer Lauer over him. I'd still probably prefer Stroman over him, but Williams I think is a guy I'll have in the mix as that SP2 in the hopes that maybe he provides some value. And again, really don't mind leverage against him too because he's not that good. A St. Louis stack versus Julio Teheran is going to be decently owned, but still lower owned than some of the other stacks out there. They get 4.9 implied runs in their favor, and the 42.8% hard contact and 40.7% fly ball rate from Teheran does offer some opportunity to them on a short slate. The Vegas total is really what pops out here, and there'll be some ownership on St. Louis, but these are solid hitters versus a pitcher who can get blown up from time to time. It's a positive hitting environment. Atlanta's heating up. Hopefully the humidity is also starting to pick up a little bit. It's a good spot here versus Teheran, though again, Teheran I don't think is as bad as some people may think. In the last corner I'm going to hit on today are the one-offs, and Freddie Freeman going against Adam Wainwright's a guy I like quite a bit. Wainwright's appreciably worse versus lefties, as I did mention earlier, while Freeman has a 401 on base percentage and a 304 batting average this season. Freeman's just a professional hitter. He can get hits in any spot. This one versus Wainwright should be a good one. Wainwright, again, much worse versus lefties, and Freeman's about as good as the lefty hitters you're going to find in that Atlanta lineup. And Nelson Cruz versus Eric Swanson is also a guy I like a lot today. He's at a very reasonable price for a hitter with a 238 ISO and a 6% home run rate versus a mostly poor right-hand pitcher. It's a good spot here. Again, the park factors aren't going to favor him in Seattle, but Minnesota's been hitting everybody. They're getting guys on base. They're driving those guys in. Cruz could be a part of a big day here, whether he's getting a home run or not. And Dan Vogelbach versus Michael Pineda is also a guy I can get behind today. Vogelbach is a 49.6% hard contact and a 6.7% home run rate versus right-hand pitching, which could be deadly versus a homer-prone Michael Pineda, who has a 5.5% home run rate allowed to lefties. Pineda's been missing bats, but he's also been getting hit a lot, so it's a situation where maybe he has that day, maybe he does strike these guys out. But from what I've seen this year, he is going to give up some production, and Dan Vogelbach is as likely as anybody on that Seattle lineup to make that production happen. So that's what I'm seeing right now on today's slate. So again, like this video and leave that comment down below about which two teammates you think are going to hit a home run today. It's a short slate. It's not the prettiest slate in the world, but it's one we're going to have to find value there. And again, don't forget a 6:40 Eastern time lock, so be on the ball. Tune into our live before lock show and the deeper dive. They're both going to be at earlier times today. But remember, 6:40 lock, the most important thing, besides you liking the video and commenting down below. And use the promo code Switch and Hedge for half off your first month of any Osmo.com package. All the ownership projections, rankings, the deep dive column every day. More and more tools we're adding too. Osmo's top stack percentage, a great way to identify where you should be going when you're building lineups. There's a lot of stuff that's going to make you a better DFS player. So get in there now. Use that promo code Switch and Hedge for half off any Osmo.com package. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another Four Corners video. So good luck.